Oh. Oh. My name is Drew, and I'm here to say,
listen to Taps and Takes every day.
Good morning.
What up, what up?
Welcome to Taps and Takes, baby.
What up? Good morning. Hang on, I'm not or cue the camera away because they can't show me drinking beer.
He can't drink beer, but just imagine I'm drinking beer. It's coffee.
Or put a Photoshop beer in there.
In my Stanley. I'm so clever.
No, Orc, make it a beer.
Anyway, yeah, I'm like, good morning.
Morning.
Get up. I'm feeling great, Elliot.
Are you feeling great?
I'm feeling so good right
There's
now.
a lot to feel great about.
You know why?
Why?
Well, not only do we have the most prolific, best podcast in America, probably the world.
Maybe. I mean, Stanley agrees.
Yeah, Stanley's in on it. Okay. Not only do we have the best, most popular, millions of followers and listeners podcast.
Yes.
Every single now Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Friday right now.
Friday right now.
Friday right now.
Friday right now.
We're doing Taps and Takes where we talk all the nerd news, all the sports news, live, kind of, from Groggs Traditional Irish Pub.
I mean, to be fair, it's live when we're recording this.
It is live when we're recording this.
We're not lying when we say live from Groggs Traditional Irish Pub. It's Taps and Takes.
Wait, I know I have an air horn.
Long overdue.
Long overdue.
We need the air horn back.
Listen, the thing is that we got to shout out Royce, first of all, for allowing us to do this. Shout out Groggs. Shout out you because you're watching this now and then boom, go to our live stream at twitch.tv/the-do-over-podcast. We got a phone line, 559-403-0193. We actually do our live recording of Wednesday's episode on Friday live on Twitch. Go and check that out.
Check it out.
Now, Elliot, we got to get right into it. And
we do.
I actually want to start off just right off the bat.
Yeah.
I just want to bring it out and talk about it
Take it away, man. Take it away.
The games industry needs to pay attention to what just happened with Expedition 33.
Expedition 33.
Very French. But it's obviously a passion project from a bunch of devs that broke off from Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that Ubisoft has had their problems. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
It's been more bad than good lately.
Yeah, like the CEO is talking about, like, no, games, fuck you guys. And then like, that probably wasn't good. And then like a lot.
But hey, the latest Assassin's Creed, from what I hear,
pretty good.
It's good.
They have really gotten complacent with a lot of stuff in regards to how they make games and what games they are making.
Mm-hmm.
So this game is a turn-based JRPG, but that's not fair because it's just a turn-based RPG, but it really does harken back to like the good old yesteryear of Final Fantasy games and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, turn-based RPGs and JRPGs are still doing very well.
They do. As a matter of fact, someone pointed it out because these major publishers probably wouldn't make anything that's not an action-focused RPG, a la Final Fantasy 16. You see that kind of shift happening, or like a hybrid system like Rebirth. But this is a straight up build them out, do builds, exploit the systems, turn-based RPG. And it is absolutely incredible.
It looks breathtaking.
It's a passion project for all these French developers. It's a team of 30 people.
Wow.
They've been working on it for almost 6 years.
That's so cool.
And Ubisoft would never touch this with a fucking 40-foot pole. But these guys said, hey, no, we want to make this game. The passion comes through. And not only that, it's like when you have people that want to make something, right? They want to make this game. They're not being told by the higher ups.
Yeah.
No, you need to make these skins for some microtransactions down the road. No, they're making a game that they want to make. They're selling it for a normal price. It's a complete project. It's a complete game with a great story, great acting.
Yeah.
And it's just drenched in their culture.
You know, I'm not typically one for microtransactions or anything like that, but they should give Charlie Cox's character like a DLC skin where he's just Daredevil.
Daredevil.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Like if you could weasel your way into that, that would be a sweet, or you could just call him like the devil of Devla of France or something, and then just make it very loosely based.
Right.
Like that way you could probably get through copyright with it, but that'd be sick.
It is in talks right now about being this year's game of the year.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I keep hearing. And I'm trying to think of, because I haven't had my finger on the pulse, I guess you could say, for 2025 video games.
Yeah.
I don't know what its competition would be right now.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Well, everyone thought it was GTA 6,
But you want to just dive right into that?
Well, hold on. Before, Expedition 33 should be celebrated for what it is.
Absolutely.
It's when people and creatives are taking over their own product and making something. When you want to do something and make a piece of art, because that's what it is. It's a piece of art. And everyone is in on what they're doing with the passion behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it comes through in the final product.
Yeah.
And it sold 1 million copies in 3 days. It's on Games Pass. If you have Games Pass, just go play it. It's up there right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's free. It's up there.
Methinks somebody might be diving into a new world while he still has 4 video games to finish.
The story is awesome. It's like a mystery. You don't know what's going on. And it's bonkers. And when I say it's drenched in French culture, it is drenched in French culture.
Is there a surrender button?
Dude.
I'm sorry.
We surrender. How you fight is running away.
we shall return.
And then that dude on the floating thing comes up. He's like,
yeah.
No, dude, it's drenched in French culture, art, music, ballet, like all things French, dude. It's in there and it's better for it. It's very melodramatic, but it's better for it.
All I've seen from it is just beautiful gameplay, graphics, and it's very interesting and intriguing. I haven't seen much of it, so I don't really know a lot about it other than it's something I might dip my toe into.
I think it's worth it.
Typically suck at these games, but might be something I might dip my toe into a little bit.
Well, it has an active mechanic in which most turn-based RPGs are like you take a turn, you strategically fight, but you can't like block, right? They have a parry and dodge mechanic in this game. So like you can actually parry the attacks that are coming at you.
Okay.
You can literally fight bosses and get 0 damage. If you time it, the timing is tight. So
oh my God, that guy from Elden Ring's going to cook this game.
Yeah, it is worth your time. Celebrate this game because the games industry needs to kind of wake up a little bit and make things like this where it's a group of people that are passionate about something that want to make something and put it out there.
Yeah.
So,
but also that care about the consumer. It feels like a lot of times we get a lot of games, and I don't feel like it's the case nowadays, but we had a good 2-3 year stint of just like, it felt like you were getting the same cookie cutter garbage with microtransactions, and it felt like nothing was actually for the customer.
No.
It was just for like, oh, this is what they'll do so we can make as much money as possible. This actually feels, I think in the last 2 years or so, the return of like consumer-friendly games.
or just give me a complete product.
Yeah.
Give me a complete game.
But even like Helldivers 2 is a good example, or Pal Worlds.
Mhm.
You know, those games weren't necessarily finished. And if they were, you know, they always brought things back, but it was cheaper.
Mhm.
It was enjoyable. It's replayable as can be. So, I mean, like if you have a game like this that actually cares about the customer and gives you a full game experience and is a fair price, then this is a great sign for video games, because a lot of us, I think, are concerned with prices coming forward, especially with one game that dropped a trailer this morning, Grand Theft Auto 6. Now,
it looks good.
I have a couple of notes
It looks
here.
pretty great.
I have a couple of notes here.
All right.
So the news trailer for GTA 6 dropped this morning as of Tuesday, right? The game is set to release essentially a year from now, May 26, 2026.
Which it was supposed to come out December of this year.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
So it got pushed back. So you're going to get more things before GTA 6. The meme continues. But here's what I have. The game looks beautiful. 2 things. It's way too far ahead for me to care.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look like a $100 game to me.
So it looks like a...
Oh, I actually have 3.
Okay.
It's giving me Roadhouse vibes.
Okay. Hold on.
Which you need to watch. You just need to watch Roadhouse.
Okay.
It's so fun.
I'll watch it.
You won't.
I will. Let me counter what you're saying. It looks like there's groundbreaking tech in it because it looks like you're playing a movie almost. There is some artisticness to it, but the animations and like what they're doing is pretty incredible.
No, it's incredible.
Like a lived in city and like how he was just driving. You know, that's gameplay. Like when he's just driving and the camera's looking out.
It looks straight out of Florida.
Yeah.
Like it looks great. I'm not disagreeing with that.
It looks good. As far as this will harken back to what you were just saying about cheaper games. I think the games industry is going to wake up and realize that volume counts more because say I price my game at $80.
Sure. Okay. That seems to be the upcoming norm.
There's a lot of people that will not be able to afford that willy-nilly.
Right.
But if my game was $40 and I get twice to 3 times the amount of people that can dispose that money, you sell more in volume. Here's a great example. And this will come back around, I promise. I knew someone that had a wine company. Mm-hmm. Okay. They were going to go and get a deal with Costco. Okay. They were due to make 75 cents a bottle of profit.
Okay.
Okay. They said no because they wanted to make more money. But you're in the biggest retailer in North America.
Right.
If you made 75 cents a bottle, but you were selling 5 million bottles a year,
doing pretty damn good
directly to Costco, you're making huge money.
Oh, yeah.
That is kind of what is happening with these cheaper games. Because I can throw, I don't have money just to dispose, but I can throw $40 at a game.
Absolutely.
And be like, I'll try it out for $40.
Well, and my thing with the whole like video game pricing thing right now is people are like, oh, if you can't afford it, you can just admit you're broke or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, literally everybody's broke right now.
Yeah, everyone's broke.
And two, if you get $40, not only do you guarantee good like trust with the customer, but then you feel obligated, like, okay, it's a great game, $40. I'm willing to spend $20 later down the line for a new DLC.
Right.
Because then total $60. You might even get them for a second DLC if there's like story and quest and stuff for an additional $20. So it could still be $80 in total. But if you break it off to a full finished game for $40 and then 2 extra DLC for $20, and then in like a year, you could do a Game of the Year edition where it's all of it together for $60, $70. That's customer friendly.
Well, that's how Path of Exile made all their money, dude. It was a free to play game and it was a good game. And the only thing that they were selling was storage slots. Like that's it. Like now Path of Exile 2, I think changed their model, but initially that's all it was. You were just buying extra storage. That's it. And they made millions, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And like, look, I understand that AAA, AA game development.
Got to make your monies back. I get that.
And there's a lot of money that goes into
and especially
producing
for a game
stuff.
that looks like this, this good. Because I'm not saying it doesn't. It looks something out of like a movie.
They've been working on it for 7 years. But let's be real. GTA 5 made $1 billion plus.
You're gonna make that money back anyway.
Let's see here.
People have been playing it for over a decade.
Money did GTA 5. All right. Let's see here. Okay.
It's more than $1 billion, huh?
You want to guess?
I'm gonna say $1.3 billion.
It is the second best-selling video game of all time with 210 million copies shipped. And one of the most financially successful entertainment products of all time with over $8.5 billion in worldwide revenue.
Yeah, even if you don't make as much as GTA 5, which you still can, even with the lowered price.
8.5 billion.
Yeah, I think you're okay. I think you'll be fine.
That's insane.
You could sell that for $20 and still make billions of dollars.
Yeah, and I'm imagining like if they do it like they did GTA 5, you have the main story campaign, but then you have online. And we were talking about it a few weeks back with Eddie. Hey, like, look, sell me a $60 game, complete game.
Yeah.
And then you can have all your microtransaction bullshit in the online component.
Right.
You know, like just keep them separate, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not rocket science.
No,
it's just video game science and it's very easy. But I thought it looked good. It gave me Roadhouse vibes in a good way. I can't see myself spending $100 for Grand Theft Auto.
I know this is a hot take, but I'm not that big of a fan of GTA.
I'm not either.
I'm just like,
I just get, and maybe this is my dunder brain. Like, I need story. I need a like direction. I need an objective. If there's side quests, awesome. I can get behind that. But like, I lose interest if I'm just wandering
like
around.
in a sandbox.
Yeah. I get bored. And it's like, all right, well, can only shoot so many prostitutes and drive around and crash your car
Is that
so
what
many
you're doing
times.
in GTA? You're sick.
I mean, that's just kind of what the tradition is.
That's the tradition.
I mean, just think about like when you
steal
first
your money back from the hookers.
Yeah, exactly. Just think about when you first played Grand Theft Auto Vice City. You run around with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
you're doing your Scarface impression.
right, exactly. So I mean, which I am happy they are going back to Vice City because that felt like peak GTA vibes.
And it's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I'll be more interested.
To be fair, they're speculating they're going to try to sell it for $100. They're not.
Right. Nothing's been confirmed.
Nothing's been confirmed. But I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not. And here's the last thing I'll say about this. It sucks that it's going to be even longer. And like you, I don't really care that much. And I certainly can't get hyped for something that's so far out. But if they need to bake the game longer to make sure that the product is good, I'm glad that they're doing it.
I am too. I wish Cyberpunk had done that, even though Cyberpunk now is peak. But I mean, like, I'm okay with things taking a while. Don't tell me about it.
Right.
I don't care to know unless it's within 6 months. And that's for movies. That's for video games.
I'm with you on that.
Like,
I've been saying this for years, dude. Like, don't get me hyped for something 3 years out.
Yeah,
dude.
like as good as Batman was, and I think it's one of the best Batman or superhero movies ever. Like, I can't be hyped for something that's coming out in 2027.
Yeah.
We're not even halfway through 25 yet.
Dude, well, and I think that think all the way back like 30, 40 years. Like when these things, that's usually how it happened. Like you'd see a trailer on broadcast television before the internet. You'd be like, oh shit. And it's coming out in like 3 or 4 months. You're like, oh man, we're going to do the movie. We are overly saturated with content and video games and shows. And then it's like, dude, my brain has enough space for so much stuff. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just get anxious about GTA 6.
No.
It's more than a year away now.
It's more than a year. Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's bad enough that Switch 2, that Switch 2, I have to wait 3 more weeks. Fuck that.
I mean, that's not bad.
It's so bad.
But I mean, like,
it's so bad because I want to play this Switch
but I mean,
2.
Like,
but I can't wait to get home and plug it in and be like, oh man, Elliot, let's play some Switch.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, I got a lot of things I got to figure out. Anyway, but like Superman.
Yeah.
Super excited for, because that comes out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. And we'll get into Marvel here in a second.
Yeah.
Super excited for.
Yeah.
Comes out in a couple of months. Even Karate Kid Legends comes out in like 3 weeks. And for how dumb Cobra Kai got at the end, I'm excited. It looks good. It looks way too good. It looks movie good.
I feel like I want to be more active in going to the cinema to support it. So we're going to go to the movies again this week.
Yeah.
We went on Sunday, but I want to be better about that. Right. I do. But I agree with you 1,000,000%. Stop announcing projects and getting me hyped for something that's so far out. Dude.
I don't mind if you tell us like, hey, this movie's been greenlit.
Or it's being made.
Yeah. I don't mind that. But give me a trailer no less than 6 months before.
I would say,
and then give
4, like 4 months before it comes out.
I'll say 6 just to give people like that initial ooh, but give me the meaty trailer no less than 3.
Right.
And then that gives me time, 90 days. Like, all right, I can do the countdown.
Yeah.
We're excited. Boom, we go. Anything more than 6 months, I don't care.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, dude.
But let's just quickly talk about the movies.
Okay.
Because 2 things. One, we're going to give a spoiler-free review of Thunderbolts because we saw it. We mandated a mandate.
We spoil it.
We can if you want. Because I feel like I'm probably going to spoil Last of Us episode 4 because there's a lot of spoiling.
Okay, well, then let's talk about this first.
Okay. Well, and I was going to talk about like tariffs and how movies are cooked.
No, yeah. Well, let's talk about How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay. Yeah.
Live action trailer.
Looks fantastic.
Me and Elliot were at the movies and I saw it and I'm like, this movie's going to fuck me up. Like, I'm going to cry like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for sure. Like, dude, How to Train Your Dragon made me cry multiple times.
The
this
trilogy
one will fuck me up too.
The trilogy might be one of the best animated trilogies ever.
Agreed.
DreamWorks has just found the recipe for great animated movies. And whatever you feel about the animation or not, I thought the animation looked good, especially in the second and third movie. If they make a sequel movie, that's going to break me for sure.
DreamWorks better than Pixar?
Oh, that's tough.
Because Disney prints money.
I'll say this.
I like DreamWorks projects better.
I'll say this. I think Pixar is still better. DreamWorks villains are far superior.
Okay.
Because you got to think Pixar movies. I mean, you got Incredibles, you got Ratatouille, you got WALL-E, you got Toy Story 1 through 500.
But they're mainly kids films.
No,
kids films.
I agree. But I mean, like, DreamWorks does have some more adult focused kids movies, but you also have like Minions.
Yeah. No. You're
so
right.
there are some movies that drag it down more than Pixar. Pixar's here. DreamWorks is only going up.
But
though.
those things also still make $1 billion.
That's true.
Like, I think all the Despicable Me's push
but
like
also,
$1 billion bucks.
Yeah, but also Inside Out 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Those are Pixar. That's a good debate though.
How to Train Your Dragon is such a good series of movies. And it, I said, it screws me up every single time I watch it.
Dude, I'm thinking about it. And I'm Puss in Boots.
Oh, yeah.
Like Last Wish was so good.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I hear like everyone claims that movie is so good.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah.
Mario. If you think about it, Mario is DreamWorks.
Yeah.
DreamWorks might
get a little bit harder.
You know what? I'll say this. If Shrek 5 hits, if Shrek 5 is a banger and not like a Kung Fu Panda 4 cash grab,
right?
But if it's a banger, DreamWorks over Pixar.
Okay.
But
I'm good with that.
But it has to be better.
It has to be better.
Has to be better.
You have to be better.
Because Shrek is DreamWorks Toy Story.
Right.
You have to make it good. That's what the one thing you can say about Pixar or Toy Story movies, even though we definitely didn't need 4, it was still good.
Yeah, I'm sure the next Shrek.
Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 were great.
What I'm confused about though is that like Zendaya's playing his daughter, but it's like, didn't he have like 8 kids?
Yeah.
Like, where's all the other kids?
Well, I'm sure they'll be a part of it, but here's how it's probably going to happen. Zendaya's going to either, 1, fall in love with a human, and Shrek's going to be like, what are you doing in my swamp?
Human.
That, or Zendaya's going to want to go on her own adventure, so she skips out at night. Donkey goes with her, and it's her and Donkey while Shrek and Fiona try and catch up to her. See, I've already got it locked in.
You already played.
Yeah, write her room.
Yeah,
find me.
Okay, so get on the tariff stuff.
Okay, so President Trump announced that he's going to be tariffing movies made outside of the U.S. Movies that include filming outside of the U.S. are Avengers Doomsday, The Odyssey, and other great movies. My thing is, I don't necessarily know how that works because they're IPs and not products.
And
but I guess they are
pay taxes in America.
But I guess they are products because you have to pay to make movies.
So digital goods, from my understanding, I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, put it in the comment section.
Yeah,
but I believe you can't tariff digital goods. Okay?
Right. Because
you pay individual taxes, wherever you're buying it is the tax revenue is, but to do. Okay, we're not going to get political, but I'm going to say that.
No.
Okay. I think it seems to be more targeted towards people that may be just not Trump friendly.
Sure.
And what doesn't make sense is you're essentially double taxing those people. And I understand he can come from the angle of, well, if you're doing it in America, you're paying people in America, they're paying taxes, you're keeping the economy going. I get that. But sometimes you have to go out of country for the right shot, the right place. Yeah. And
but you can't have The Odyssey filmed in Cleveland.
And they're still paying, the studios are still paying taxes in America. So you're essentially double taxing them. And it just seems counterproductive.
It just feels like this is only going to hurt movie theaters and cinemas which are already struggling.
Yeah.
And it just feels like this is a way to either get streaming platforms to take over altogether. I don't necessarily get it. I don't. And it also feels like this is going to crush animation out of everything.
I think animation, like you were saying before we even took this live, will probably get hit the worst.
And it already especially after like the voice acting strike, especially after animators are already dealing with a ton of mistreated properties and
some
products.
of the hottest animators right now are new Chinese studios, new French studios.
And even your classic like Japanese studios and even American studios are doing well right now with some properties. It just feels like you're just hurting products more. I don't necessarily understand it. I don't know how it's going to go into effect, but
I think honestly, to me, I think a lot of this stuff, there's 2 points of mine here. And again, this isn't politics talk. I guess it kind of is, but it's not. The first one is it does seem targeted towards an industry that is not friendly to him mainly.
Okay.
Right. And
Yeah.
I feel like that is what everyone's not paying attention to, is that celebrities, for the most part, studios, they are very anti the MAGA movement, at least publicly. Privately, they probably all vote for him because they're all rich.
Mm-hmm.
But publicly, they're very anti. Okay. So that's one.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems like a targeted response to punish those that are in that industry, to me. Okay. 2, it is gobbledygook to put into a news cycle for people to just keep on talking about it.
To keep being upset about something other than what needs to be upset about.
It's just, I think the PR people for Trump in particular have figured out that if you just let them loose and say a bunch of shit, you'll have talking points for all the news places for a week, and it keeps the conversation going. And
without anything actually changing or happening.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, knowing him, he can back off of this in 3 days. Who knows? Like, he announced it, but is it happening?
Well, and also,
did it happen? Who the fuck knows?
It's clickbaity enough to make people outraged, and then you forget about what's actually happening.
I'm not saying that there isn't a potential real issue. What I'm saying is that, like, I think a lot of it's just fucking bullshit that's being thrown out there to keep the news cycles going.
Well,
you know,
you oversaturate it, you can push other things without people caring.
That's my point.
Yeah.
And if you attack like what people love, like the movies, the video games, you start
the
going
Pope.
Yeah. The Pope. Yeah. You start doing that, man, and people are going to start, bitching. So I think, we just have to wait and find out and see how any of that would even pan out. You know what I mean?
All I can think of how it would really affect is just more expensive movie tickets. But even then, that'll just kill more American industry.
Well, I mean, if it's tariffing foreign products too, that's coming in, like they have to eat that cost coming in, just like we have to eat the cost going out.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Maybe it'll just make like insufferable like indie films go away.
Yeah.
Like the random like French films that get all the like Oscar talk.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, cool. We don't have to watch it.
Right.
And hey, those judges that don't watch things, now you don't have to watch it because it's too expensive.
Let's do 2 5-minute review, Elliot.
All right.
5-minute reviews. We got 2 of them. 5-minute reviews. 5-minute reviews. So we're at 28.41. 5-minute review of the Thunderbolts. Go.
I don't even need 5. I thought it felt like I was back in classic MCU.
Yeah.
Good. I didn't think it was better than Guardians.
No. But it's up there.
But I had a lot of fun. I thought it was a very good movie. It made me care about characters I didn't think I could care about. Sebastian Stan. I'm glad. I was never too sold on Winter Soldier outside of Winter Soldier, like the movie.
Yeah.
Captain America Winter Soldier is one of the best MCU movies, period.
For sure.
I'm glad he's getting his due. I thought, what's her name? Florence
Pugh.
Florence Pugh was fantastic.
Incredible. And she is the lead of that movie.
She is.
And she was fucking awesome.
She is the heart of the movie.
She is the main character of the film.
Yeah. And I like that. I love the chemistry from the team. That's what makes these movies successful. It is the chemistry of the actors and the team that it's focused on. Like from not so like Kirkland brand, or I guess you could say Sam's Club brand, Captain America.
Yeah.
I thought he was great.
I thought he was great.
I
dude.
thought Ghost, which I totally forgot about from Ant-Man 2.
I thought she was good.
I thought she was good. Yeah. And I thought Florence was fantastic. I thought Sebastian Stan was solid. Red Guardian was funny.
Oh, yeah, he was hella funny.
And Bob. I like the conflict from Bob and the Sentry, and
Bob's Bill Pullman's son, and I cannot unsee his face in that guy's face.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just a reincarnation of Bill Pullman.
Right. I don't think it was a 9. I don't think it was just an 8. But I lean 8.3, 8.4. Okay. And I think that's good. I think that's good. That's a B. And I think it's a B movie. I fear that I'm judging it unfairly, though, because Drew and I saw it in 3D by mistake.
Okay. So, quick story about that. I have 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Quick story about that. Fandango, IMAX. Okay. IMAX.
Yeah.
2D. Apparently means 3D because I bought, and I pointed it out to the guy. I'm like, hey, buddy, because he's like, oh, I got to hand you these 3D glasses. I hate watching 3D movies.
Yeah.
And I was
3D.
Like, no.
Not hot take.
No.
We need to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
It's just a gimmick. But he hands me glasses. I'm like, dude, this says 2D. And I took a picture of it and I'm like, look, 2D. What? So we had an option. We could either go in and watch it or we could wait another 30 minutes. So
it was like another hour. And I was like,
yeah,
because it says 30 minutes and then you wait 45 minutes for things
ads
to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and can we also stop the ads? Just start the movie when it says it's going to start.
I don't mind previews, but don't give us preview commercial. This isn't
crazy.
YouTube.
No.
All right. We don't need that.
Thunderbolts. Light spoiler. The new Avengers.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed,
every
billboard ever.
I thought it was awesome. And I knew the Sentry. I was like, how are they going to do this? Because the Sentry is the most overpowered character in all of Marvel. Well, no, Franklin Richards, one above all. Like there are some like way overpowered characters.
Right. Well, we'll say MCU for right now.
And we're going to get 2 of them in the same year.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to get Franklin Richards. We are also, I got a hot take about Fantastic Four too.
Sure.
But the movie is awesome, dude. It's really good. It does remind me of old school Marvel, that is, and what I really liked about it is that the movie takes place in a course of like 2 days.
Yep.
And it focuses on characterization over bombastic action. Like the action is good. There's some really cool fight scenes. Dude, the Sentry scene when he was in the fucking flat so tight, dude. I'm like,
no, that was cool.
I just want to see him let loose.
I would say I thought the first half of the movie was stronger than the second half. And
I disagree, man.
See, I thought the first half and that first light spoiler, like the first action scene of the team and the team building part of it.
Right.
I found that more entertaining than the second half of
what I noticed about this movie, which it goes down to the excellence in writing and the characterization in the film, is that I got kind of choked up a couple times watching it about these people like overcoming their downfalls in order to come together and work together. And these are all like kind of discarded, like literally discarded, set to be killed and just fucked off. And them dealing with their own kind of emotional distress and downfalls and trying to find purpose, coming together to like overcome an insurmountable problem.
Right.
But actually working together when they're all kind of narcissistic assholes that don't. I thought it was excellent. So I would probably give it like an 8.8, like an 8.7, 8.8.
Yeah, I lean a little bit lower and I felt all of it was great. I'd say all of it was very good. It's a little too high ranked for me. I just think there's some better MCU, but I think this is the first win after Shang-Chi
for a while.
I mean, and can we also say this? Where is he? Where's the sequel?
He's come back. Simu Liu said that he was working on something with them.
I know, but like I need
more.
I need way more.
Dude, a Marvel Kung Fu movie. Like, come on.
Well, and also he would have been cool in this.
Yeah.
Like he would have been cool in that.
And the 10 rings were sick.
Oh, they were so cool.
Really quickly, let's talk The Last of Us episode 4.
Episode 4.
We'll try to do either light to no spoilers, but
It's tough.
can I tell you something?
You can.
It's taking me further and further out of it how young she looks. I know that she's 21. How young she looks and sounds is taking me out of it. Dina is amazing. She is so good in that show.
Dina is an awesome character.
It's an awesome character, but her youthful appearance and sound is pulling me the fuck out of it. I'm like, dude, this girl looks like she's 13. Dude, I don't buy the relationship. I don't.
So,
and let's be clear, she's a great actress. She's really good at what she does.
I think both of them are.
They are. But the characterization of Ellie in the games is like, this is a young woman that is hell-bent on revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of like cracking ass and shit like through the whole thing. And I'm like, I don't see.
So here's what I'm thinking. And this will be light spoilers because they are doing things different from the game.
Yeah.
Which I think is important to do.
I mean, you got to do it for the format that it's in.
Well, and I also think I think they're still going to bring it back towards the game style more here in a second. But what they're doing is they're going to pull the rug from us because light spoilers, I won't even go into spoilers because we're at a point right now where the game and the show are about to split. But I think how they're going to split is like here and then come back and through.
Okay.
So I think they're going to do things a little differently. And then something's going to happen that forces the game and the decisions Ellie makes in the games to come back into the show and propel her to that revengeful, I think when she catches up to Nora in these next few episodes, because that I guess is the light spoiler. She's trying to get Abby's crew
Right.
and Nora's name gets brought up. That'll be the only spoiler. I want to say another thing. I hope we get more of Jeffrey Wright.
Oh yeah, no, he's good.
Jeffrey Wright
And he's
talking about damn Copper Pants was like,
Yeah.
oh dude,
Oh yeah, no.
this is about to be something right now.
Yeah, you're watching that. You're like, damn, dude. Well, and he played the original. He played what's his name? God damn it, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name?
I'm bad with names.
He played that character in the game.
Okay.
So he's just reprising the role
for
this. So let me just know this.
I agree with you to an extent.
Yeah.
But I'm in a good spot now mentally where it's like I can enjoy both things for what they are. And I can understand that Hollywood or studios will always change things and will never be a one-to-one, nor do I think they should be a one-to-one. Otherwise, why would anybody want to watch the show if they can just play the video game? But I also agree, Bella's face and just her
voice,
it's nothing she can change.
I know, but it pulls me out because I don't buy it. I don't buy her. Here's how you offset that. This is how you offset that. You make her like the game. She was hell-bent on revenge, tunnel vision. She's very serious. And I know that may not make for good levity in the project, but make her more like the Ellie in the game.
So I think
don't make her some like bratty 16-year-old cracking ass because that's what it feels like, dude.
I have a feeling, like I mentioned earlier, they're going to build it up to where Ellie's kind of like healing in a sense, having Dina around. And it's something's going to happen that's going to spiral her. So season 3, because they've already confirmed season 3 is going to just be a ruthless version of Ellie. And it's going to be tough for Bella, which I don't think is necessarily fair. You can't control your genetics. You can't control people's opinion of you. All you can do is go out and perform.
But you know who can? Casting directors. Make the artistic decision to get someone that appears more adult. You could have recast the role.
You can't do it now.
You can't do it now, but you could have done it before season 2.
I don't think Pedro would have done it without her. Pedro seems like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's just too good of a guy, frankly. Fantastic Four.
Money talks. Anyways, there you go. Nerd news done. What?
Do it.
What? Okay.
Blech.
Taking a little break. We'll be right back with sports. Ugh. Big shout out to Groggs Traditional Irish Pub at the northeast corner of Willow and Knees. Not only do they house the Do Over podcast for tabs and takes, but they invited us to go blow it up on St. Patrick's Day live on scene. Now that that's done, it's easing us into summer and it gets hella hot here in the Central Valley. Groggs prides themselves on being the coldest drinking establishment in the Central Valley. Literally go down there, get a nice cold pickleback, get a nice cold Guinness, throw it back and leech off that free AC, son. Support Groggs because they support the Do Over podcast. Did you refill?
A little halfer.
A little halfer.
A little halfer.
Guess what? We're back. And the air horn is here. Bam, bam. And also, shout out to Groggs. Shout out to Royce.
We love Royce.
Because we said, hey, Royce, when are you going to do some taps and takes? And he's like, 3 weeks, baby.
3 weeks.
So you got some Royce action coming up. Make sure you support Groggs Traditional Irish Pub.
Support it.
Beautiful AC here. Come cool off with some beers.
Well,
yes. Some JMOs.
Well, especially because this week, by the time this drops, it'll be 100 on Friday.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. We're in this weird part of May and April where it's hot for a week and then it cools down for 3-4 days. Then it's hot for a week, then it cools down for 3-4 days.
So I've been used to my cup of water. Mm-hmm. You know, if I leave it in the car, still having ice in it. Last night I forgot it, so I went out warm. It was like,
and yesterday it was like nice.
Midnight. Yeah, it was like nice, warm at night. So I'm like,
yeah, no, it's coming. It's getting hot.
It's coming.
Like Saturday, I think it's a hundo. And then after that, it drops back down to like 70. Yeah. You're like, what is going on? Just give us 70 forever.
Yeah.
Give us 70 forever.
Why can't we have that?
Fresno would be the most popular city in California if it stayed San Jose weather.
Or if we got a state subsidy for our energy bills so we didn't have to give a 10% plus of our income to PG&E. That's also a thing. But that's for the podcast.
I'd much rather just have, you know, like 75 degree average.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen, buddy. We live in a desert.
We do. I hate it here.
Anyways, it's time to do some sports and drinking and sports. Balls. Elliot loves the balls. Because what we got?
We got a lot.
Got a lot of balls.
When sports are happening, especially like playoffs, it feels weird because everything is so in the moment and day of because they just constantly go. Because by the time this airs, game 3s will probably be going on when we just got done with game 1s and game 7s.
Right.
So I'm just going to give you guys a quick recap of some of the things, and then I'll give you some little WWE news, a little NCAA news. Let's start with the NBA playoffs, though, because playoffs are here and damn are they fun for not just the association, but for the NHL as well. But let's start with the NBA. So Monday night, second round of the Eastern Conference, New York Knicks take on the Boston Celtics, a classic rival like any other.
Boston was up initially, right? Like they were kind of whooping them good.
Well, Boston, a lot of NBA fans and, you know, people that cover it feel like Boston is still the best team in the league. Now, they are the champ. They are the reigning champs still. Cavs are a better record, but it's one of those like, come on, you're going to take the defending champs over a team, right? So we get game 1. Boston is up 16 points at one point in the game. And in the fourth quarter, here come the New York Knicks with a monstrous comeback and with an egregious night for the Boston Celtics, shooting 15 of 60 behind the arc. Horrible, right? It goes down to the wire. Jalen Brunson misses his layup, which he should have made with like a second left. Celtics get a chance, miss, go to overtime. The Knicks take over overtime. And with the last chance for the Celtic on an inbound play, the Knicks get a steal and close out the game 108-105. Knicks steal game 1. And New York, if New York beats the Celtic, and I don't think they will.
Do you notice that you say Celtic?
Celtics.
You say Celtic.
Celtic. All right. Well, potato.
No, I'm saying you say that. You hold on. Whoa. Hard stop. I know you're on a roll, but I'm sorry.
I was.
But let me hard stop you real quick. You add S's to certain things, and then you remove S's from other things. What are you doing?
I don't know.
What's up with your brain, man?
I don't know. It's fine.
The Celtics. Anyways, go ahead, go.
They're still probably going to win the series.
You think?
They have crazy depth, and I just think they have more offensive weapons. And I think the way the Knicks are coached with Tom Thibodeau, he's going to run them dry. He's going to have to run them ragged, and I just don't know if they have the win for it. I mean, they just went 7 with Detroit. They're going to get tired, and I think Boston's more rested, and I think they're just the better team.
Mm-hmm.
So it might go to 6, but if on the off chance the Knicks beat the Celtic in a 7-game series, Manhattan's going to sink into the ocean because New York's going to be jumping.
No,
New York's going to be jumping.
Yeah, no, they're going to be crazy.
New York, and like, I can't wait for the videos to come out of New York fans already.
Yeah.
And this is just game 1, right? So if they win in Madison Square coming up in game 3 or 4, it's going to be pandemonium. But that was just one of the game 1s for the second round. Let's go to Sunday. Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, game 7. Buddy Hield, who's a rotation player. He's been around the league for a long time. Never really found his spot. Well, he made his spot found Sunday with a career high in the playoffs, 33 points, 20 of them in the first half. Warriors get an early lead in the game, and then Steph Curry comes alive in the fourth quarter and just puts them away. Houston, a very good team, a very young team, a team that desperately needs to shoot free throws well. And this is what drives me crazy because you watch all these guys. You know, if they had Giannis, which Giannis, one of the best players in basketball, they'd be unstoppable. Well, yeah, but that wouldn't solve the free throw issue that they clearly have. Get Kevin Durant, and it feels like everything he touches kind of sours, but he's still so good offensively. He'd at least be good offensively, and that's what kind of Houston needs, and you could probably get him cheaper than Giannis, but Houston in a very good spot with a lot of young talent. They just need to stay in the lab and shoot free throws.
Right.
The Warriors, they take on the Timberwolves, the team that just took out the Lakers. They feel like a better Houston, and that could be a huge problem for the Warriors. And also the Warriors just look old, and they don't have a lot of help from their bench. Now, I know Buddy came through, but I mean, it's hard not to see what the Timberwolves did to the Lakers and not think they're going to just beat the brakes off the Warriors. And I'm a Warriors guy. You know this. I'm a Warriors guy.
I know that you're all about them Golden State Warriors.
We're California boys. We should be all Warriors here, but it just feels like the Warriors are too flawed right now, and they just feel too old. Now, if they, Warriors in 7. Why not? Warriors in 7. Everything I said, Warriors in 7.
Yeah.
You know, why not? And then we'll go to the last game 1, Nuggets, OKC. OKC, one of the best teams in basketball by a wide margin in all the stats, right? They definitely have the MVP of the league, SGA, about to get his award in about a week or so. But they take on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And Jokic with 44 points, 20 rebounds.
Was big.
He's a monster. He's probably still, he's not going to win the MVP. He's the best player in the league by a wide margin, in my opinion. When you have a 7-footer putting up those kind of numbers and also like the point guard.
Right.
I mean, he's just unstoppable. And he was. And then we get to the end of the game. OKC's up 3. Or OKC's up 3. But they foul the Nuggets to try and save clock. Nuggets make their free throws. Then they get a quick score. They're back up 3. They foul the Nuggets again to bring it back to 1. Inbound play. OKC player gets fouled. He misses both free throws.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Gordon, who isn't the best three-point shooter, but is a very good NBA player and was huge for the Nuggets when they won their title a few years back, hits a wide-open transition 3, puts them up 2, and the Nuggets, who had no right winning that game, steal game 1. That series is going to be great. We've got some great-looking basketball coming up in the weeks to come, but OKC's got to feel sick because there's no reason. I don't understand fouling up 3 to take them to the line to bring it a 1-score game. It makes no sense to me. And also, it just sets your team up to feel the weight, especially because OKC's got a lot of young players.
Right.
And the guy who was shooting the free throws that missed his, young kid, about 2 years into the league. So you're setting them up for failure.
Right.
Get the stops on defense. You've been playing great all game. Why now do you decide to foul?
And you're up.
Exactly.
You know.
I didn't get, and you can't lose like a 3-pointer and you're tied and you
Right.
have your timeouts. I didn't get it. But anyway, that's the NBA. Let's go quickly to the NHL because if you thought NBA was crazy these last couple of days, well, hockey was even crazier. They
And
said,
Elliot's been betting.
no,
Doing big old bets.
no, I've
The biggest of bets.
Look, I haven't been betting, but if the Warriors win the NBA title, it would be kind of good for somebody's bank account.
The same.
Just saying. Somebody's. Not
Somebody's.
mine. Not mine.
Not Elliot's.
Let's go to hockey. Colorado Avs taking on Dallas Stars, Game 7 in Dallas. The Avalanche are up 2-0 for about 66% of the game. Percent. There's that beer and a half. Dallas then in the third period scores 4 goals and comes back and wins.
Way.
Game 7 at home 4-2.
That's crazy.
Crazy game, right? But what if I told you there was a crazier game?
No, Elliot, there's no way there's a crazier game.
Well, let me tell you about this crazier game. St. Louis Blues taking on Winnipeg. Game 7.
But you know I'm a big Winnipeg stan, Elliot. I'm one of those peggers.
You're one of those Winnipeggers.
I get pegged all the time.
Because it's a win to get pegged. St. Louis is up 3-2.
Yeah.
Third period. 3 seconds left. Winnipeg ties the game.
Oh, no way.
The game then goes to double overtime for Winnipeg to get the comeback win.
Oh, wow.
And win 4-3 to move on to the next round.
Yeah,
and if you thought, yay, that was the first round of playoffs, it can't get crazier, right? Second round of playoffs started yesterday. Florida Panthers taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. A lot of people think Toronto's going to win it this year.
Yeah, they think it's the Maple Leafs
They think it's the Maple Leafs year, right? 5-4 Maple Leafs game 1. 9 goals scored in the second round of game 1 for them. Hockey's back. The association's back. A lot of people think, oh, there's too many games or the ratings are down for the NBA. It's games like this past weekend and this Monday that make people invested for the playoffs.
That's right.
Same with hockey. Hockey is only getting bigger and better. And these playoffs prove it every year that you should just invest your time in hockey because it's awesome.
Damn straight.
It's awesome sports. 2 things. NCAA, Notre Dame, Fighting Irish, and Clemson from the ACC have agreed to a 12-year deal to where their teams are going to be playing up until the years of 2038. That's great for both teams. It's more better. I would say it's probably better for Clemson because Clemson's kind of falling back to where they were a few years ago, where Notre Dame is only ascending. So that'll give Clemson good ratings and maybe better money for a chance to actually get players that can compete. Because right now it feels like the SEC and the Big Ten are the only 2, conferences that matter in NCAA. And then second, 3 weeks of WWE. That's right. I'm for the people.
You're for the people.
I'm for the people.
The people that want to know about wrestling.
For wrestling. And I feel bad because this would have been a great day. And I actually think part of this is why Eddie's not here today. Because he's a Jey Uso guy.
Uh-huh.
He's a big yeet guy.
He is.
He loves to quote yeet.
Yeah.
Yeet. Well, he got yeeted in the face by Logan Paul. Raw ends. And after, camera crew's still recording. Jey Uso's saying hi to fans, say shout out you for coming out. Gets punched in the mouth and knocked out by Logan Paul. Logan Paul runs off. And it just looks like I was saying, they're setting up Jey Uso and Logan Paul to fight, which means Logan Paul's probably going to be a champion at some point this year. And WWE fans are just going to have to deal with it. And also, I was totally right about this being a feud. And I'm sorry, Edward Rouse, because your guy got punched in the mouth by Logan Paul and got a heavy dose of yeet in his face.
There you go.
There you go.
Tap Steaks done, baby.
Done.
Thank you so very much for hanging out with us this beautiful Friday. Go ahead and check out our Twitch stream, twitch.tv/The Do Over Podcast. And also stay close because coming up next Wednesday, we have our brand new episode of the Do-Over that we actually record during our Twitch stream. I know it seems weird, but just
It's
hang out with
complicated,
us.
but it's not.
It's not complicated.
It's not.
Just go ahead and watch everything.
Royce, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not, Royce.
It's really not.
It's not complicated.
It's not.
He's disappointed in you, Elliot.
Me? How could you?
So until next week, gotta go, love you, bye!